Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Olney. Middle of a storm still, but we're here with content. We've got to get this done. FHM 6. It's the playoffs, Season 4. We open at home to Dallas. For some reason, I almost said at Dallas, but wonderful season. Rantanen was injured for a good half of the season. Gibson played like 15 games as well. Gustafsson somehow got the start. And yeah, we're going without Byram to begin the series, which isn't the best. Let's face facts. He had a fantastic season. He's probably done for the entire playoffs. But yeah, McCarr, Gerard, and then like Dobson. We should be okay. We are a little bit light on defense. Like, who am I kidding? We're really light on defense. Byram out to the injury list. And then this is why we have Ludwig. Let's call him up. At least we can field a defense now. At least we can field 6 defenders. And it's not a big drop-off from Carlo to Ludwig. It's just that loss at the top end of Bohm Byram. But okay. It's going to be what it's going to be. Game 1. Dallas. We need to go in and we are on show games. Sweet. I didn't think I'd set that up. Okay, so we're going to simulate through until we're about to be eliminated or until it's a game 7, which of course is an elimination. Okay, and Dallas take the opening game. Oh. Second period, huh? Kravtsov, Faska, and Jamie Benn. Then Landy with Coyle, and Jamie Benn. Empty netter at the end as we're pushing. Yeah, you're looking at like the mid-60s and above really for decent players. 70s and above are players that showed up. It's like Noah Hannafin, really good defensive game. Overall, a pretty good game. For us, there's 50. Like, we're weak now in defense. Oh, we're weak now in defense. McKinnon. Oh my God. Byram is. Yeah. And Gustafsson's in net. Gustafsson's in net instead of Gibson. Despite the fact that we did check and it looked like Gibson would be the starter. Yeah. Okay. Such a great season. I feel like we're always just too far away. We're always just too far away. You know what? We'll go in here. Special. Let's get John Gibson back in. Continue. Sim game. Best goalie in the league. Okay. Looks like at least that one does go our way. Landeskog on the power play, Sebastian and Faska again coming back in. Robertson for them. Theo Rocher with the game winner and Laine with the empty netter. So back and forth. All in all, Heiskanen, Schultz, Ben played well for them. No defensive players for us. I think that's going to hurt us. Yeah, Gibson doesn't do much, but at least he was there. I mean, at least he was there. That ties it up. So a few ties going on. We were strong in defense. But Byram is a huge loss. Rantanen throughout the season was a huge loss. And not playing Gibson. Yeah. I don't know. All my confidence is gone based on those three factors. Why we don't seem to be playing John Gibson. Why we lost Rantanen for so long. And now why is Byram down for so long? It's just really, really bad timing on a lot of things. But Rantanen, McKinnon, Ben shows up again. Rakana, Kilmacar, Ben, Faska, Kilmacar on the power play. He is stepping up. Jamie Benn once again. Robertson once again. But Landy puts a pair on the board. Jamie Benn, unfortunately, not to get first down there, I'd say, with a hat-trick. And what else does he have to do? Ludwig was terrible. But at least a couple of defenders kind of stepped up. McKinnon was good. Rantanen was good. Landy was good offensively, I guess, and Heiskanen was their only player. John Gibson was woeful. Oh my God, if he's going to play like that, then yes, please, play your goalie the way you want to play them. I didn't mean to do that. Ugh. Come on, 3-1 Colorado, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Carlo might be back. We've got no idea what's going to be going on here, but the Flames just fully passed. 2 tight games, I didn't see them being tight, and we've got our issues, but the Leafs go through. Pittsburgh just dominate. Like, we didn't see a 4-0 in either of those, and even if I had guessed there'd be a 4-0 sweep, it would have been for Detroit, not on Detroit. Jackets there over Devils. I knew that would be tight. Ottawa, Tampa Bay. I knew that would be tight. Okay. Let's bring Carlo back. Let's send Jokic down. No, I mean, Slafkovsky is probably the guy to send back down. We got good cover. See, 2 stars as our worst players with Ludwig, replaced by Byram at like 3.5, 4-star, whatever he was. Yeah, 3.5. That looks so much better. Oh my God. Please, Gibson, please. Please, Gibson. Don't mess me up here. Please. You've lost me, you've lost me games. You've lost your spot. And then you played badly, but we still won in the playoffs. There we go. Big win. Kept it tight. Round 1's done. Early scares, but it's done. So Maple Leafs and Penguins are waiting to see if they do face the Senators and Blue Jackets. The Flames are waiting to see if the Kings overcome Edmonton, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect Seattle to be Seattle. I always say it. St. Louis. Oh my God. It's because another game I've played the St. Louis Blues as SLB for St. Louis Blues. And the Seattle team in it is STL for Seattle. Oh. Always annoys me that one when I do that. But hey, we get through. That's the main thing. Oh yeah, I should look at the last game. Oops. We will look at the last game. Looks like we're fairly done. Blues and Preds are tied. The rest of them get up there. So here we go, 6-1. again, nothing much happens in the first period in terms of scoring. It's penalties only, it seems. But Sebastian Laine on the power play. Schultz steps up. Laine then, nice and easy, grabs his second and third. And Landy and McKinnon, and yeah, they didn't step up. Our defence didn't really let us down. Carlo was poor, Dobson wasn't great. But then Landy and Laine both stepped up. Aho and McKinnon both stepped up. And that's enough to carry us. And again, looks like John Gibson carried us through to a certain extent. But at least he didn't let us down. Round 1, successfully navigated. Started poor, finished strong. Still missing Byram, and St. Louis Blues make it through. So we got the matchup we expected. Calgary went through quite easy, but the Kings beat the Oilers, which I did not expect. I expected Detroit, Ottawa. We got Toronto, Ottawa. I expected Blue Jackets and Pittsburgh is what we got. So yeah, I got this right. And I got one of these teams right. So the Kings and the Maple Leafs at the moment are a little bit further ahead than I would have thought. And okay, we open up round 2 against the St. Louis Blues. Best player by far, McKinnon. Sebastian Aho is up there. Landy, Laine. Gustafsson playing decent. Gibson's okay, but he had that one really poor game and that one meh game which dragged him down. Like I say, missing out on being able to play Bob Byram. That's a game changer. Can we win the cup without him? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think unless Gibson wins a few games now, we're not going to be doing that. But we do take the lead over the Blues. Got a couple of rivalries elsewhere in the league. Fabry getting that goal. Then Pinto equalising and Rantanen with the winner. They played well defensively. We played well defensively. And we had players up front. And it's the battle of the goaltenders cancelling each other out again. I really don't mind that. As long as Binnington and Gibson play the same, I'm okay. I know we're better offensively. I know they're probably no better defensively. Yeah, we take that. Pittsburgh takes a 2-0 lead. The other two are tied. There's so many rivalry games. So many rivalry games. Almost forgot to check this. McKinnon on the power play. Zegras steps up big. McKinnon again. And then Cale Makar late on. He does show up. As much as I think we could be okay without him, he shows up. Vince Dunn, a perfect defensive game. 82 overall for him. Solid. We're starting to chip in. Sam Girard is starting to chip in. Cale Makar starting to chip in. The rest of them aren't playing too badly. We're not losing the game on the back end. And then little bits of mid-60s and low 60 productions. Not dipping into the 50s too deep with multiple people really helps. And of course, we know McKinnon's going to be there and Gibson wins that battle. So that's why we managed to do what we did there. So we've got Toronto leads their rivalry 2-1 over Ottawa. Columbus down 3-0 in the rivalry against Pittsburgh. Maple Leafs, surprise, but they're 2-1 up. I didn't have them making it this far. And now they're in command of the series a little bit. So yeah, Penguins can close this out with their second consecutive clean sweep. And just shut down the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazily good. So they're going to be in great shape, basically, again, if they face off here. Everything else is 2-1 right now. All to play for. It looks like somebody woke up the Blues a little bit here. So Thompson, Fabry, McCann on the power play, Barbashev and Tarasenko. Adler, Tarasenko, and then Dunn gets one back. And yeah, Broberg played badly. Gerard didn't show up. Carlo didn't show up. Landeskog, Newhook, Coyle, none of them showed up. Aho didn't show up. Zadina didn't show up. Roche played badly. Line was there. McKinnon did McKinnon things, but they were good at the back, solid up front. Comfort and Tarasenko and Binnington definitely beat out John Gibson. Again, this is going far too tight. It's far too tight. When we play bad, we play really bad. The teams I've assembled, the regular seasons we've had, like, we just don't win in the playoffs. The only thing we haven't had is veteran leadership. And I don't think there's like a stat for that. We've got good leadership. We've got players that have been at the club for like 5, 10 years. You know, we have that in us. We just don't have the 35-year-olds who have been in the league for 20 years. Like 35 to 40-year-olds. We don't have that. But there's nothing I've ever seen in the stats which mean that you need that. So I don't know. Now the Kings tie it up 2 apiece. The rest move to 3-1s. Eliminations on the cards. Eliminations on the cards. So Penguins don't manage to shut out the Senators. They're back now to 3-1. Please don't crash. There we go. Thought for a second it might. Ooh. Couple of names, but again, got to go with who I know. Daniel Sedin, add him to his brother Henrik. Alfredson I would have championed quite happily. Fleury, Taylor, Pronger, Luongo, I would have championed all those as well. Out of the rest of this list, if Sedin wasn't on there, McGillney, Kovalev, I like Ray Whitney, Kevin Hatcher. They'd probably be on the list. They would probably be on the list. Okay. Click the wrong thing. Game takes a time to respond. Playoffs. 4-1 winners in round 1 over the Stars. We could move to 4-1 over the St. Louis Blues. LA has a chance to come out here and take the lead against Calgary and defy my expectations. Toronto, a game away from closing down Ottawa, and again, further exceeding my expectations for them. Pittsburgh, Colorado final. That's what I feel right now. Sid the Kid versus the Mac Daddy. Oh, it's a silly nickname, but we're going to run with it. You know we're going to run with it. So, yeah. Who's going to close out? Toronto drop a game. We drop a game. LA does move to 3-2. So that means we're all 3-2 now, bar the Pittsburgh Penguins. They sealed their place in the Eastern Conference Final. Close game. Landy opens us up with a goal. Couturier and Alexandrov getting goals. Then Pinto and a power play Tarasenko. When you need him, he stepped up. A couple of decent defensive, couple of really bad defensive displays. Yeah, O'Reilly, Couturier, and of course game winner from a quiet Tarasenko. We played okay. Yes, that fourth line. So third, fourth line, we look really bad. Maybe we need some veterans there with high defensive stats and stop blooding the youth. Try and push the youth onto the third line. Sort of get the good youth coming through onto the second line. Get the other youth that are good enough to play onto the third line. Top line of stars. And then get some gritty veterans on that fourth line. That might be what we need to do for balance. I don't know. Gibson did okay. Binnington played fantastic. And again, it's what it comes down to. In a close game like that, where elements of both teams are playing well and playing poorly, it all lies on the goalie. So, I don't know why I keep clicking that. Maple Leafs, Kings, Avalanche. All but us. All but us. LA and Toronto advanced further than I expected them to. I keep clicking that. I don't know why. Am I the only one? Well, the only one to go to a Game 7 is because we're facing Binnington. You know what? Like, I might just have to trade for Binnington. I might just have to. Because he's annoying me now. He's annoying me. Regular season, 72, 73, 74, 73. Pretty good performances all in the playoffs. 66, 68, but also capable of a lot. Like a 4-star player. A 4-star player. Got a 5-star player. As good in the regular season, so we won't be dropping off. And in the playoffs, yeah. Yeah. Not good. I just feel we get really bad goaltending in the playoffs in general. And we had Gruber in real life, really good playoffs. Didn't do anything. We moved then to Braden Holtby. Didn't do anything. We moved to Gibson. Hasn't done anything. I just really don't know. Really don't know. Oh. So yeah, Binnington wins the goalie battle. McKinnon's playing really well. Like, really well. So a couple of dodgy games, but overall, he's there. Just feels like there's something not right. High sticking. 7 seconds into Game 7. We got a good penalty kill. But that's not how we wanted to start off at all. Didn't want to have to start off on the PK. Okay, make a mistake, get out the way early. Shut it out. And see if we can get back into this. But yeah. Gibson worries me. Gibson does worry me. Need to find that goalie who is consistently able to perform and like has a low of like a 55 to 60 rating, highs a 75 to 80. I don't need miracles. I just don't need games that cost us. Okay, Dobson got the goal. Got the goal. He does seem to be a goal scorer at that back end. Him and Cale Makar on the right-hand side for us. It's nice to see that depth. Goal scoring coming in when the top two lines haven't really stepped up too much. Do we give it right back? Give some of the great one there. We get the puck back. McKinnon. Line 8 to Dobson. Tyson Jost on the tip. Line 8, Dobson. Joe tips it in. It's 2-0 in a game 7. And we go on the power play. We're very, very similar in terms of our numbers. We're slightly better than they are. Let's see. Binnington not on his great game today. Can we make it count? Please step up on the penalty. Come on. Oh. Zegras, Rantanen. Mikko gets that goal. Beautiful. Oh. Now I feel I can relax a little bit. 3-0 in the first. Closing things out. In control. Not having to count on Gibson. We're getting the goals early. We're putting the pressure on. Back on the power play. Can we round things out in style? Put the pressure on them. Looks like this is going to be closed out. And final minute and a half of the period. Oh. That'll do. That'll do through one. Oh. But yeah, goaltending. It comes up big in the playoffs. It comes up big in the playoffs. Binnington offers that. Luckily in this game 7, because we got the early goals, now we're not really counting on anything else. They might get a couple back. We might run out of opportunities. But, yeah, through the first half of the game, I don't think they've shown too much to suggest that they're going to do that. And Binnington hasn't looked like he's going to be standing on his head. Gibson's been good. Not great, but good so far. And yeah, McKinnon already off to a good start. Rantanen playing well. Broberg and Dobson playing well on their line. So, there's that to kind of watch. Come on, give me that goal. Don't give up the puck. Oh, Joe hits the post. Landeskog with a redirect off another Dobson goal. I mean, wow. Dobson is the guy who is pulling all the strings right now. He's firing that puck off. He got a goal. He's got a couple of redirects. Sort of giving him a couple of assists as well. It's 4. Will this be 5? Dobson and Broberg. And he gets another assist. 3 assists and a goal. Like, okay, he can't play defense very well, but my lord, what a player he's been in this game 7. And when we needed a star to jump up on the plate and enforce our will on the Blues, unbelievably, it's been Dobson. Okay, so back on the PK. Carlo off the ice for 2 minutes. That should be fine. See that one out. There we go. Finish up the second period, 5-0. Now we're able just to relax and enjoy. Outshooting them 2-1. Gibson on a clean sheet. And Dobson, oh my God. 2 goals, 3 assists. I mean, it's Mr. Game 7. Mr. Game 7. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, have I got room for him and Kim McCarr? Or should I cash in on McCarr and Gerard and go with Dobson and Byram? Like, that speaks to me. Those two speak to me. I don't know. Broberg's been good as well. He'd slide in there. And then maybe a Ludwig. I'm not too sure where I'd want them to play. Last 10 minutes, 6-0 in favour of the Avs, moving in towards a 3-1 shot ratio. 6 goals to nothing. Dobson gets another assist. He gets another assist. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. And the great thing with him and Broberg is, like, they both have played well. Broberg's been defensive. Dobson's been offensive. It just works. It just works. Nobody else has really stepped up from this core, and like I could easily see those 4 leaving. And say maybe keep Ludwig and keep him as another defensive-minded player, and that allows us then to roll with I don't know, but possibly Fody, possibly a drafty, possibly like a Benz if he's offensive. I don't know. But it's 7 in game 7 after a penalty that we gave up on second 7. Game full of 7s. The luck on our side. John Gibson not costing us the game. On a shutout. 3.5 minutes left to play. Binnington was bad. Dobson is dominant. And the Avalanche will move on. Big win. Big game 7. It is 7. And we're done. What a game. What a game. 6 points for Noah Dobson. 2 goals, 4 assists. Broberg, his partner, up there with him. Landy stepping up as well. Phenomenal. For them, Dunn and Alexandrov did okay. Broberg and Dobson stole the show at the back. Just fantastic. McCann and Gerard were sensible enough. They did enough. Carlo and Ludwig didn't really do too badly either. Everybody seemed to play okay. Like loads of 53s on that 4th line. But yeah, we saw a lot today. We saw a lot of the team. And yeah, we didn't get sort of screwed by Gibson. So the Kings go through in 6. Maple Leafs go through in 6. Didn't see them getting past the first round, then now both going to the conference finals. Toronto will face off against the dominant Pittsburgh Penguins. Only dropped 1 game so far. We've got the Kings. We're 8 and 4 right now. We're 8 and 4. Same as the Kings. But I'd rather have had those 2 4-2 series rather than having to go to a game 7. Even against a St. Louis team that's as powerful as they are. I don't know what the Toronto Maple Leafs look like. Scott in goal. Okay, so decent goaltending. Solid defensive core. And then Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Tavares. Not much else, really. Not much else, but nothing weak either. Okay, so a bit like us, just not as good at the top end. Pittsburgh, we know. Sydney, starting to fall off by him and Malkin. Still there trying to get 1 last cup. We've got Donskoy and everybody else looking pretty good in their forward core. Haaland and Gensel. Defensively, Barron, Letang still there holding on. Again, it's that veteran leadership, isn't it? We've got Chris Letang, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin. They're all looking for that final cup before they maybe ride off into the sunset. And Matt Murray in goals. Looks like they're going with Holtby. Looks like Holtby is working for them. Didn't bloody work for us. Didn't work for us. But there we go. So much nerves right now. I don't know what my team is. I don't know at all what to expect out of this one. I've got no clue. We've checked the others, might as well check LA again. So solid goaltending might be something someday, but not really now. Doughty is still there. Gustafsson is there. Decent sort of leadership on the team. Kreider's played well all season. You've got Kaliev stepping up. He's on a contract year, so he's got something to prove. Turcotte as well. We've got Kopitar and Kadri in there. Chance for them to step up. Voracek. Solid. Like, nothing superstar-wise, but solid throughout the entire team. But we will take the lead, and Pittsburgh continue their dominance. Sam Girard, Sebastianejo will coil after Akil Thomas gets them a goal back, and then Rantanen on the power play for Voracek. Yeah, Kreider. He seems to be one that plays well. Noah Dobson with a decent game. McKinnon again stepping up, and goalie not letting us down. Their goalie played far better, but ours did not let us down at least. Game 2. And the Maple Leafs pull one back in overtime here. 1-0 for them, but another big win for us. Voracek getting the opening goal, actually. Laine tying it up. Theo Rocher with the game winner before Mikko sets up his line mate twice. Laine gets the empty net goal with 31 seconds left to play, and the final 9 seconds, he nets the hat-trick. Expect a big enough rating from him. They didn't show up. Solid play. Dobson again. Laine again. McKinnon again. Just really, really solid play. And yeah, the goalie didn't lose us the game. So we went out and won well. Did win well. Can Toronto keep pushing on? Or will Pittsburgh reclaim it? Toronto with a shutout and another big win. Looks like we're finally getting where we need to go. Zadina on the power play. Ludwig's first goal in the playoffs. Well done to him. Kaliev steps up, but Broberg keeps that goal advantage. McKinnon on the power play. Haas gets a goal back, and Laine on the power play. 3 PPs today. Awesome stuff. Ryan Johnson playing well. Solid play. Laine again steps up. McKinnon steps up. Aho steps up. Jost steps up. Nobody for them. Didn't lose us the game, but again, we're outplayed at the goalie position. Maybe it's because we're so offensive, we generate so many shots that the opposition can save quite a few of them, and that sets them up into a good place. We wipe out the Kings 4-0, 4-1 on the night. It's 2 apiece though. Toronto and Pittsburgh. It's the first time Pittsburgh have had to fight. Sebastianejo, Nathan McKinnon with his hat-trick. Then we gave up the power play late on in the game. Noah Dobson. 12-minute tripping penalty. Okay. But yeah, solid defensively. Nobody needed to step up huge. Girard did good. Laine, McKinnon, Rantanen. That first line playing well. They had some depth there, but goaltending stepped up. So the top line and goaltending there was more than enough to carry us through. So we're split 2 apiece in the East. Toronto and Pittsburgh. We just swept the Kings after a horrendous second round. Oh. Okay, next week, that should carry us through. Toronto, overtime, 6-5. They take the advantage. They now have the Penguins ready for elimination. Are they going to be able to take advantage of that? Do the Penguins force a Game 7 with that veteran leadership? Game 6, and Toronto absolutely just clobbers Pittsburgh 7-3. I mean, wow, big win. So I really didn't think that Toronto looked very good coming into the playoffs. Kind of looks now like McCarr is pretty much back. The rest of the team are here, barring Bourne Byram, who sadly is still out for like a month or two. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm very surprised to see Toronto make it here. I think McCarr might be back. Toronto team will take the 1-0 lead, underdogs the entire way through. And again, we give up the first game of the series. Addison, Liljegren, McKinnon on the power play, still going well on that, but Austin Matthews with a double to shut us down. They didn't even play well. Goaltending. Scott had a 99. We had a 67. Again, Gibson didn't lose us that game. The rest of the team didn't do enough to win. Their goalie won them that game rather than Gibson losing it. Scott played phenomenally. But that goaltending battle, we are consistently, even with different goaltenders, we are losing that battle. And we're not giving up too many shots. We're not struggling to generate chances. And then, I mean, we force a shutout. Things quick. Rantanen, Laine, Jost, McKinnon. I mean, that's your top line and a second liner. I mean, you can't fault that. You just cannot fault that. McKinnon, grabbing goal. Jost completes the hat-trick in the second period. And in the third, it's McKinnon completing his hat-trick. And as Zadina goes, so two hatties, Jost and McKinnon. Gibson with a shutout. They didn't really show up. Austin Matthews did okay offensively. Defenders stepped up. McKinnon was absolutely amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. Didn't win playoffs. Didn't win face-offs. But yeah, and they didn't play well in goal. Gibson played well in goal. Oh. Gets 100 rating. Doesn't even win us the game. There we go. So after giving up game one, we at least win the next two to pull us back now into the lead and command of the series. Austin Matthews, Noah Dobson, McKinnon on the power play, Sam Girard on a shorty, New Hook's first of the season to give us a 2-1 advantage in the series. Mitch Marner, and then McKinnon pads his stats. Noah Dobson plays well. McKinnon plays well. So all we really needed, Tavares stepped up. Austin Matthews let the side down. Gibson and Scott fairly even. Keep the game between the goalies even. So all we need to do. We'll win much more than we will lose. If we can do that, it's a 3-1 lead. The cup is on the precipice. 7-2. Hattie for Landeskog. McKinnon on the power play gets us off to a good start. Landy steps up. Zetterlund pulls back a goal. Roche and Laine, very good to see them scoring. Then nothing until Landy completes the hat-trick early. Kills the game. Zegras puts another one on top. And Mikheyev draws that back, takes the game winner away from Landy and onto Theo Rocher. But hey, that's where it is. Solid play up front, nothing really on the back end of any note. You know, McCart and Dobson, I guess, on the right-hand side, but nothing too special. They didn't show up. Gibson did. Their goaltending, very hit and miss. Very hit and miss. "3-1 up against Toronto, whose goalie stood on his head and stole that first game. We didn't play well game one. Their goalie did. And those combined made a rather lopsided affair in favour of the Maple Leafs. Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. We came out, we fought, and now we've started to show our class. One more game. One final game to win. Is it Game 5? Is it Game 5? AI lines. Laine, McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, Aho, and Jost, Coyle, Rochette, Zadina, Newhook, Zegras, Pinto. Also your power plays. Those are your PKs. Gibson in net. McKinnon, Rantanen, the extra attacks. McKinnon, Aho, Laine, Rantanen, and Pinto. Game number 5, Stanley Cup Finals. 3-1 up. Tavares versus McKinnon. Battle of the captains. Star players, Austin Matthews battling McKinnon. McKinnon's just been playing better. Scott, Gibson, fairly similar. We know that Scott can steal a game. We know that Gibson can play well enough not to lose a game. Could this be it? Could this be it? I'm guessing we've got Broberg. Oh. Where's Dobson? Oh, the only one we've watched so far. Dobson had a 6-point game. 2 goals, 4 assists. Ludwig and Carlo are here. Okay. Let's see. Is this the one? Season 4. We've deserved it, I think, at some points, but Mana. Here we go. Gerard gets it back. McCart can't get it out. And Anderson. It's far too much for them. Far too much for them. They know they're about to be eliminated here. It's all or nothing for them. Nylander tips off Tavares. Early doors. And we're 1-0 down. 1-0 down. Yeah, their top line's going up against Kyle Rochette, Zadina, Broberg, and Carlo. We're giving their top lines too much opportunity there against those kind of players. Our third and fourth lines really, they're not good enough defensively or physically to really step up against the top line. That might be part of our issue. Leave the goalie exposed, tank his rating, and see, but we're getting nothing going offensively. We've got 2 really good top lines and then 2 lines of kids who will be very, very good in the future. We've got a good defensive core. We've got great goaltending. But defensive forwards, there's Landeskog, maybe Aho, maybe Rantanen, maybe Count. I think we're seeing that. I think we're seeing that play out. High-sticking Frederick Gauthier, 24% power play against a 78% penalty kill. Numbers almost make sense. Can we tie this up late in the first? Doesn't even seem like we're getting a shot. Really? One shot for the entire thing? That's poor. That's really poor. And we're going to go in with a 1-0 deficit at the end of the first, roll right into the second. We need something. We need something right now. McKinnon's not playing well. Nobody's really pushing forward on offense. Landy, Jost, and Aho probably on that second line is the best we've got right now. But yeah, defensively as well, we're not seeing it from Gerard and McCarr either. They seem to be playing a little bit within themselves. That top line not playing great either. Get us the puck. Johnson. See, we clear the zone, but we don't get an attack going. Tyson Jost. Oh my God. McKinnon. Gerard McKinnon. Come on. There we go, Landy. Finally, line 8, McKinnon. Work that puck around. We get lucky there. Oh my God, Scott is standing on his head. Everything there that rebounded, like the follow-up shot. Either it's a terrible follow-up shot, or we just are facing another goalie that wants to step up. I'll take it. I will take it. Halfway through the game, tied at 1. More shots. Gave up the first goal. Got the second back. Do we have what it takes to establish ourselves in this game? Can McKinnon finally start playing like we know he can? We're not really seeing much out of him. Now the shots are really starting to creep up for us. 2-to-1 ratio we see, but we don't seem to score many, and we do tend to give up a few good chances. So low shot totals on are usual against us, but the chances I feel we do give up, and that's pretty bad going in then to the third of Game 5. We're a goal away from winning the Stanley Cup. 18 minutes and change left to play. Still yet to see McKinnon do too much. Looks like Johnson's the best player we've got on the ice right now, with Rantanen sort of not stepping up. McKinnon not really stepping up yet. Jost on attack. Johnson in defense. Gibson's okay. Ian Scott's played really, really well against us again. 12 minutes. We're not seeing too much from them. Almost 2-to-1 shots on our advantage. But like I say, their goaltending is really keeping them in this. Not much from Gibson so far. But at least he hasn't cost us this game. 7 minutes. Who's going to be a hero? Who wants to step up? Who wants to write themselves in the lore of the Avalanche? The third Stanley Cup. Looks like it's on for them. Gibson did okay there. Again, though, it is all Maple Leafs. Can we get it? Broberg, Carlo, Johnson, Zadina. And they get it back. Even when they turn it over, they pick up the puck. Ludwig. Oh my God. Not what we want. Bouncing puck, Gerard. Line 8. Come on. Another face-off. McKinnon and Rantanen. McKinnon. 4:35 left to play. Does McKinnon score the game winner? In a game where he's done nearly nothing, does the captain score the game winner to lift the Stanley Cup? 4:35. All we need now is Gibson to play like the best goalie in the league, like we think he is. McKinnon with that goal. Jost, Johnson, Gerard. Landy. That's it. There's not many good players stepping up for us. Final 4 minutes. Mitch Marner, we go on the power play. Can we set up that 2-goal advantage? Looks like they're winning a lot of face-offs. Do we seriously just get another shot? Yeah, 2 shots on the penalty, on the power play. Penalty is killed. Ooh, I was a bit worried there. Pinto, a minute from time. Shane Pinto sets it up. New hook to Ludwig to Shane Pinto. 1 minute 4. And the Colorado Avalanche are your Stanley Cup champions. Finally. Oh, not great goaltending. Not great goaltending, but good enough, baby. That's what we're talking about. Ryan Johnson, the best defenseman. You know it's a weird game when you see that. And then McKinnon plays okay, but didn't really do too much. Joe plays all the other forwards. And it's a tight goalie battle at the end of the day. Oh, oh my God. We did not expect the Maple Leafs to be there. Fair play to them. They did well. They did well. The best team in the East was Detroit. They swept them in 4. Then up comes a very, very tough Ottawa team that played really well. They get swept in 6. Then comes up Pittsburgh, who look dominant and get put out in 6 again. Unfortunately, they came up against us. We played well. They played really well. The 2 games there, in game 1, Scott had 100 rating. For most of that game, Scott had like 90 plus and was sitting at 100 for a long time after conceding the first goal. The second is what dragged him back down to Gibson's level, as well as some heroics late on from Gibson. But really, who cares? Who cares? It really doesn't matter. Best team, regular season. Best team, postseason. Is Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche. Year 4 with a loaded team. And I'm glad if we do trade people, if Landy is about to leave, then I'm really glad that at least now he's got a cup. McKinnon's got a cup. Rantanen's got a cup. Josti came back to us and has played really well. He deserves a cup as well. If we do end up moving him on as well, Sam Gerard, Cale Makar, they move on as champions. Say there's a lot to really like about that. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. But it's worth it. Year 4 champions, Colorado. 5 games on Dallas. A game 7 against the Blues. Swept the Kings. And then after giving up game 1, reversing the form, going 4 out of 4 to shut down the Maple Leafs. Bring the cup home to the Western Conference. Bring it back to Denver. Sakic got us 2. We've just got the 3rd. I love it. Love it. And we might have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Thanks to the Minnesota Wild, our arch rivals. Oh, life doesn't get much better than that. It's sweet right now, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Do we blow up the team? Gibson, Gerard, maybe Makar, Landeskog, Sebastian Aho, maybe, Zadina. Who else? Who do you think stays? Who do you think goes? And I guess that depends on the draft as well to a certain extent. And that's up next. I'll see you there. Until then, take care. I'll see you soon, guys.